you know, stay confident in themselves, stay composed, move their boats.
Yep. Yep.
Love to see it.
Always and forever.
And with that, I'm going to call it a day and move it over to the next guest commentator. But Maurice, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Oh, always and forever. And
Yeah,
I will see you back at the Star Pound, aka Potomac Boat Club of
absolutely.
Washington, D.C.
Yeah, and you want to ask me what day it is?
John Obrist, what day is it?
It's race day, baby! Woo!
Love the excitement.
So exciting.
So exciting.
All right, with that, I'm out.
And we will have our next guest, and you have heard her before in the beginning of racing. Lauren is back, and we are also starting the women's youth 4, and the first lane will be Penn AC, second will be USR HB Camp, third will be Row West Racing, lane 4 Greenwich, lane 5 Ready Set Row, and lane 6 USR HB Camp. Welcome back, Lauren.
Good to be back. Excited to see this next race getting started. Looks like we've got some connection right off the line, but it looks like that lane 6 boat, the USR HP Camp B, is making a pretty early move getting out towards the front of that pack right there.
Yes, and we have seen some pretty tight racing here in the last few races, so definitely excited to see what this race has in store.
Yeah, really strong, tight racing in yesterday's semi, so excited to see these 6 boats coming through down the course now. Got 2 USR HP Camp boats in this final right here. Really shows the depth of that camp, training out of Jacksonville, Florida for the past few weeks of summer, bringing together athletes from many different clubs and programs across the country. So seeing these 2 boats in this Women's Youth 4 Grand Final right now, showing the depth of that program right there. And then some other really good programs, Penn AC, Row West Racing Camp, Greenwich, and Ready Set Row in this final as well. So really solid mix of teams with probably a range of athletes from all across the country in these boats.
Right. And so all of these teams you have heard time and time again, which again is a testament of the coaching staff behind these crews. So kudos to them yet again for getting them this far
Absolutely.
into the Youth Summer Nationals.
Looks like we've got Greenwich out of lane 4 making a good push right here, coming up on that USR HP Camp B boat out of lane 6. We've got a good overhead drone view right now where we can really see this race starting to take shape as we get into the middle right here. As these crews start to build into their base, they're lengthening into whatever stroke rate they're taking for this middle 1,000 right here, and we can see Greenwich really pushing out of lane 4 right here. Really good aggressive strokes coming out of that boat. That stroke seat leading the rest of the crew in terms of the pace right there. That USR HP Camp out of lane 6 still coming up on them though as well.
And again, each of these athletes are holding on contact with each other as they are going, or as they are in that middle 1,000 piece right now.
Absolutely. It's great to see so many boats right in contact with each other as we get further into the race. The intensity of being side by side, bow ball to bow ball with another boat is totally unmatched, as all of us who've raced before know. So having all these boats right with each other here in this middle is great. Just about 3.5 minutes into the race, working through the pain cave, as people call it, of the middle 1,000 right here.
Absolutely. The pain cave. And it's also the job of, as you know, very, very personally, the job of the coxswain to, keep that energy up.
Definitely. Yep. Staying focused in this race right here. Just really pushing this crew through the race, and obviously all about the legs, all about keeping that leg drive going right here.
For sure.
Looks like that USR boat out of lane 6 that we can see on the screen right now is sort of just inching up that bow ball in that lane 4 Greenwich boat. We've got that Ready Set Row boat in lane 5 between them, also keeping a really strong push right here through this middle of the race.
And again, all of these crews are really keeping their composure here. I haven't really seen much of like an oar dropping beneath the water and getting stuck, or any errors that will slow down the boat So good job to these ladies for pushing through and still keeping their technique.
Absolutely. Looking at our view from the finish tower up here, can see these boats really connected as they're coming down the middle of the course right now. Here at Oak Ridge, if you haven't been to this venue before, there is sort of a island jut out where all the boat trailers are stored, where all the athletes who aren't racing on the water or cheering on their team, they're approaching that area right now, which I always find gives a really good extra boost as they're coming through the race right here. Still really good connection, like we said, with these boats. That just shows how competitive it is in this final right here. However, that Greenwich boat in lane 4 just got out aggressive and is holding on to it right here. So we'll see what they do as we come in towards the end of the race. Greenwich, super strong program out of Connecticut. We've got those boats in lane 1, 2, and 3 making really strong pushes as well. Penny C out of Boathouse Row, that USR HP Camp boat, and Row West Racing Camp still holding on really well with that Greenwich boat in the lead.
And they will be up in that last 500 approaching the 250, probably within about 15 to 20 strokes here.
Here we go. Let's see what these crews do as they come into the final part of the race right here. This is where you're just feeling the burn in these youth 4s. The coxswain is motivating you through, but it's all about who can finish this line first. As we know, medals are going to first, second, and third place after these races, and it's going to be a fight to see who's going to get those top 3 spots. Now we switch over to the finish line camera view. This camera is being operated right on the finish line and following the length of the race in the last 250, so that is what you are seeing on screen right now. All right, really strong push coming out of, looks like that USR HP Camp boat out of lane 2, seeing some really good movement from my angle there. Maurice, what do you see?
I definitely see some push from all crews. I mean, it is not very clear who will take the 3 spots, but it is definitely contested by the 3 medals is being contested by at least 4 crews here.
Absolutely. Penn AC making a really strong push out of lane 1 as well. Definitely tough being in an outside lane further from people cheering, but they are doing really well with it out there, really pressing in lane 1, putting themselves really well into that medal contention, it looks like, from my angle. Still really good press from the other 3 crews as well. Everyone's pushing each other down the course. We still have that Greenwich boat pressing to the line, just trying to extend their lead as we come into the finish line.
And it looks like both USR selection camps are going to contest for that 2nd and 3rd spot here.
Yep, that lane 6 USR HP Camp boat is really moving. We have that first horn, Greenwich in first.
With Greenwich taking that, then lane 6 taking number 2, and then a very close 3rd.